Nvidia delivers record numbers, and yet all Wall Street is talking about is Salesforce. What a night. Hey everyone, it's Thursday morning, August 27th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital, Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. All right, let's get started. So, it was supposed to be Nvidia's big night, but the show got stolen by Salesforce. After the closing bell, the software giant delivered numbers clearly above expectations. Free cash flow jumped 81%. The annualized revenue from its Agentforce products topped $1.5 billion, up 240%, and the full-year profit outlook was raised sharply. The stock, it exploded more than 12% higher in late trading. And then came the real headline. Together with Anthropic, the company behind the artificial intelligence assistant Claude, Salesforce unveiled Claudeforce, a plugin that brings sales work directly into Claude, with 37 ready-made skills for writing emails, updating records, and more. It's the first time ever that Salesforce has put its famous force suffix on another company's product. And the bigger message for the whole market, software companies are not being killed by artificial intelligence, they're teaming up with it. Quite the answer to all that talk of a so-called SaaS apocalypse. Now don't get me wrong, Nvidia delivered too. Revenue more than doubled from a year ago, beating expectations, and the outlook for the current quarter came in at $108 billion, well above the roughly $104 billion that experts had penciled in. The catch, the bar is sky high. In each of the past 4 quarters, the stock actually fell the day after strong results. So today's trading will show whether this beat was big enough. The regular session itself was one big waiting room. The major United States indexes barely moved, with the 10-year Treasury yield back above 4.7%. Let's hop over to Europe, where the picture looked similar. Germany's DAX closed marginally higher, just above 26,200 points, as tech investors played it safe ahead of the Nvidia numbers. And to wrap things up in Asia, Tokyo and Seoul kept recovering, with the Nikkei up 0.6%, helped along by lower oil prices. So, with 2 earnings fireworks behind us, the next stop is Jackson Hole, where new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh speaks on Friday. Stay tuned. All right, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. Cheerio!